Hey guys, Dazzler Magic here, and you guys know how the big reprint set Commander Anthology Volume 2 is coming out fairly soon here. It's actually June 8th. Wow, that is like really creeping up. So naturally, a couple weeks out, they decided to tell us what is in it. So they are officially, first of all, calling it Commander Anthology Volume 2, because this is the second Commander Anthology, and we do need it. I mean, I'm kind of on both sides of this product existing. Some Commander decks have gotten outrageously expensive to the point where nobody can afford to buy them. I mean, it's just stupid. But pre-made decks are stupid for, honestly, about 20 different reasons, but if I had to pick just a couple... 1. Commander is our format as a community. We made it. Screw you, Wizards. 2. I don't need Wizards of the Coast to build my damn deck for me. 3. This is the only place you can get cards and commanders that are only printed in the Commander set, which is ridiculous because you have to buy the whole damn deck, you know, just to get like 1 or 2 cards. Of course, you could buy the singles, but then it's like, oh, Wizards designs it, cuts it, puts it all in order in a deck box, and then somebody like Card Kingdom goes and buys like 1,000 of them and rips them all apart and sells the singles. That is so counterproductive, it's mind-boggling. And then most people know that the deck is pretty damn weak and it has to be upgraded right out of the box. Since the decks are only, what, 35, 40 bucks, something like that MSRP? I think it keeps changing, but whatever, it's somewhere in that neighborhood. They can't really put hyper expensive cards in it. Now, they might have a unique card that becomes expensive because people want it, but that's after the fact. They can't just put in, oh, it's a 5-color deck, let's put in all 5 fetch lands. They can't do that. It would just wreck the entire card economy. So you know that you're going to get like a playable deck that isn't really playable. And the last problem is, stores can never sell the remaining ones. It's so bad. I mean, they move. I mean, it's hard to get stuck with these, but you always get stuck with the ones that nobody wants. And for some reason, it was the Cats one, even though I thought the Cat Commander in the last one was way more powerful than the rest. I think people just didn't like the colors, but I mean, come on, I'm on Cat. You could just go get some cats from that. Do 100% Cat Tribal, all in. That was weird, but I do believe it used to be 5 and they went to 4 lately for the Commander sets because you'd always get stuck with 2 to 3 decks. Nobody would want them, you'd have to discount them, and you'd just break even. And then the other ones, oh, well, they're selling online for 80, but people are going to whine and complain if I'm selling it above MSRP locally, and then I sell out in 2 days. You know, it's just for a store, or all stores, I guess you would say, Commander was a nightmare product. It was such a money loser. It was so impossible to sell, and no matter what, somebody would be mad. Either you're sold out of the one they wanted, you're selling the one they wanted but above MSRP, or you're stuck and you're mad because you're stuck with a bunch that nobody wants. Also, it's always a very limited print run set, and they had to run off more last time. I actually got some from the second wave, but yeah, it's just bad. It's just all around, it's a bad product. Now that said, I mean, if you don't want to look through 24,000 cards that are legal in Commander and build an exact deck yourself one at a time, and you can't find a store or even an online vendor that has all the cards you need, you got to order from multiple people, and this and that. You just want to be like, I got 40 bucks, I want to play Commander, the end. You know, no thinking. And honestly, building a standard deck is hard enough. Building a deck with 100 cards, or 99 I should say, and 0 repeats, damn, that's hard. Also, it's pretty expensive usually. Or at least it can be, because if you want like a kill spell, you probably want the best kill spell. And most people agree on what the best kill spell is, or the best exile spell, or the best, you know, whatever, land fetch. And it's going to cost more than the second rate one. But then again, like I said, they can't put $30 cards in like a $40 product, okay? That doesn't work. So overall, I don't like it. I mean, people could just look up a deck list online and, you know, have somebody be like, here's a $50 Commander deck, and then they just kind of order the singles. I mean, and I'm sure online vendors, like even Card Kingdom, they've made pre-made decks. They would probably, if there wasn't a Commander product, make Commander decks. You know, they would just like have 100 of them set, and they'd be highly, you know, common or bulk rares or whatever, and people would buy them because you could just off the shelf play it. So Wizards didn't really need to step in and do this, and the fact that I can't just say, I need 5 more of this. Nope, you got to buy them 4 at a time now, and that's just stupid. It's just completely stupid. So I don't like this, but what's their way of fixing it? By fixing it, I mean coming back around for more money, because the carousel's coming back around no matter what at Wizards of the Coast, okay? They're gonna keep that thing spinning until all the money's in their pockets. So what they did is they took 4, I guess, of the most popular, most expensive decks. I mean, it's not like they did exactly that in exact order, but they took some very popular, you know, some old, some newer decks, and that's what they're putting in Commander Anthology. Now, anthologies, at least historically, have been designed to be sold together. I don't think that most stores will be ripping these apart and selling the decks independently. But then again, who's got, the ridiculous MSRP on this? It's $165 MSRP. Damn, that's a lot of money. That's actually higher than Plane Chase Anthology. The difference is people actually play Commander. I mean, people like Rudy who got stuck with like hundreds of copies or whatever of Plane Chase Anthology because they were like, oh, it's WPN only. Oh, that's so exclusive. And then they don't actually play the game. They don't actually know the community or know anything about it. And they don't realize that nobody plays Plane Chase and there's zero demand for it. They bought up a ton and they're like, I can't even move it for $80, which is what I paid. Yeah, because there's no customer base for it. I could have told you that. I did tell you that. I made like 3 videos saying that. So there is a difference between that, which by the way was $149.99. Damn. Commander Anthology, the value is there. Let's just put it that way. Now, people have been throwing around these just unbelievably stupid, unrealistic fantasy prices that you'll never see and never get. Or I should say values, not prices. I think I saw something going around on Twitter. $550. It's worth $550. No. I mean, if you use like the retail site, non-eBay, non-TCG player, just like retail site, pick one and go with it. Their sealed cost the day before the announcement, okay, maybe it was like $550. I went to eBay because it's been 5 days now, so people who are like, oh crap, better liquidate it, they're going to drop the price. They've already done it to an extent. It's only going to get worse. But let's just look through it here. So right now, today, you can get Devour for Power sealed for about $75 to $100. I mean, a lot of people had it for $100, but there's literally one person with it for $75 on eBay. So maybe that's an anomaly. I mean, it's hard to say, but I don't know, whatever. So I think I just put it in as like $87.50 or something like that in my cumulative average here. Or I suppose some, not average. Built from scratch right now, $55. So, I mean, still above MSRP, but not great. Wade into battle, 55 to 60. And then Breed Lethality. Who hasn't heard of that one? I actually just sold a Breed Lethality online fairly recently for like $135. That's a shame. Brand new sealed, by the way. But yeah, that one's about 85 right now, give or take. So that adds up to a healthy and respectable $284.50. I said healthy and respectable because it's already fallen 50%, but if you bought this for MSRP $165, theoretically you could travel back in time to today and flip it on eBay for $284.50, minus shipping, minus fees. They're very heavy and they're very unusually shaped and fragile. By the way, to any geniuses that saw that Breed Lethality was over $100 and decided to, quote, invest in it, have you ever heard the terms buy low, sell high, and that train's already left the station? Seriously, these like Rudy wannabes are just, it's painful to watch them and the wonderful decisions they make. So right now you can just about double up on your purchase. So what I'm thinking is, honestly, if you were to take an anthology, split it apart and sell them separately, I think that on launch day you'd probably still get like $180 to $200. Now keep in mind though, at most distributors this is about, I don't know, $87 to $90 our cost. So if somebody wants to make money, it's like, okay, we'll just say $8 priority shipping average somewhere in America, cool. And then like 10%, 11% in eBay fees, cool. So if every single buyer on eBay buys them separately and one at a time, nobody wants to, you can't combine any shipping, which, trust me, that's realistic. If I list 21 copies of a Planeswalker, 0 of them are going to be purchases of 2 or more. People are such inconsiderate assholes on that website. So 8 times 4 on shipping and lose like 11 point something percent. You're looking at about $114. So $114 is what they could be sold for to break even. So divide that by the 4 decks, $28.60 a deck. I mean, come on. I don't think they're going to be lower than their original MSRP. That seems odd. I mean, this is kind of like a limited print run set to an extent. Oh, good news though. One of 2 things is the case. Either, unlike Plane Chase Anthology, this is non-WPN only, or my distributor doesn't give a shit. It really, sincerely could be either of them at this point. They sold me some pre-release kits. That's WPN only and change, okay? That's like, you're really not supposed to send them to people, although it was like 2 weeks after the pre-release. Maybe that's like that's a time-based restriction. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But still, I mean, they ain't exactly gonna send me Spellbook Jace. I can't get any, they refuse, but, So as long as they sell for above that, good. Unfortunately, I already placed my order. I'm like, I'm sure this will suck. The fact that you basically have to sell them all 4 together is just idiotic. I mean, cool, you can ship them all out at once. It probably weighs 3 pounds, but who is really going to buy 4 decks? I mean, people run multiple commander decks, okay, but like who wants 4 pre-built decks that all need to be modified right out of the box? I mean, maybe as an investment, but just the normal customer, they want 1 deck to play with. You know, it's whatever one's their favorite. They're not going to look at all 4 and be like, all 4 of them look awesome. I want to run all of them. I love all 4 commanders. That just doesn't seem realistic to me. So if they're in a box and when you take them apart, they are not in any way, shape, or form labeled for resale, then we've got a problem. And it looks and sounds to me like that's probably going to be the case. I haven't seen a photo yet, but based on how Plane Chase Anthology and similar things like Explorers Vixland were packaged, I think it's just going to be like a paper holder and that's it. So honestly, that's going to be a little rough. I mean, doesn't mean people wouldn't buy it. It doesn't look right on the shelf, like with no label and no title or whatever. It's just in a paper holder or whatever. Maybe it'll be in plastic. So will this sell very well in a shop in a set of 4? Probably not. Will it sell very well split up online? Yeah, probably, honestly. Because online nobody cares, but then still you're going to get stuck with it, which is bad. And I don't think as many people will be parting these out because the singles will have an automatic guaranteed day 1 downward trend because they're being reprinted. So the whole $500, everybody, $550, it's $550. You're going to get a $550 return. That's already after 5 days not true. Like on eBay right now in actual reality, and it's only going to get worse. So just a little reality check. But that said, don't want to be, all negative about this. Holy crap, does this set look good? I mean, in case you didn't catch that, it's $280 or whatever right now. And if it even settles into 2, that's above MSRP, even if it settles into at MSRP, which, 165 divided by 4 is $41.25 per deck. If that's what it settles into, cool. The entire margin of like 40% minus shipping minus fees is about what people could expect. If you sell it locally, I mean, tax is additional. So there you go. So I think overall it's going to sell well. It's a bad product. I never did like Commander as a product. I think they should just let people build it and just whatever and do like a Commander Masters every once in a while. And then people could just get singles they want or open it blind or, whatever people do for like Modern Masters basically. I think that would be a better way to approach it. But I am glad that these out-of-control decks where if you absolutely want like a Traxa as your commander, I always want to say general, but as your commander, you got to shell out, what, 20, 30 bucks right now or whatever it is? There's no ways around it, and in the last set, Masters 25, they actually did reprint some commander-only cards, so they're starting to do that just to help people out, but to be like, okay, all 4 of these are 50 plus, we're just going to throw them in and reprint them verbatim. That is kind of nice because everybody knows my opinion is make sure people can play the game first and then ensure value and upward trends second, because that only helps, douchebag investors sitting on 100 copies of whatever single, whatever sealed product, sealed deck commander, whatever. So if they lose some money, great, they're risking. Get it in the hands of the players. I mean, the players need to be able to afford to play, or you're not going to have customers or players anymore. It's really that simple. So I guess this is slightly good in the fact that they didn't put in just like low-end garbage to like just kind of limbo under the bare minimum line where people still kind of buy it and kind of get some value out of it. They went hard. I mean, these are some of the highest value decks that you can put in. So that's cool, but I think honestly Commander shouldn't have been a product in the first place. Just Commander decks. I don't think they should have ever made them, but whatever. It's not like they don't eventually sell and kind of make some money for some people. So if it's a thing and people want it and they're waving money, Wizards is going to make it. So mixed feelings on it, but overall the outlook is good. I did order a couple of these just because I didn't want to miss out just in case. I thought, worst case I'd break even on it. Honestly, it's pretty hard to lose money on Commander or anything. Now that said, would I recommend you go out and purchase Commander Anthology Volume 2? Hell no. Hell no. Just buy one of the decks if you're interested, or better yet, build your own damn deck. So that's about all I got to say about it. Watch for it to come out June 8th, and I'll see you guys next video.